my friends, family, and my newfound in-laws, it is indeed a pleasure to address you on this august occasion. I have been looking forward to this day for many years. For the past 10 years, I've worked away from home. Occasionally I'd think of some gem of advice I'd want to give my kids, and sometimes I'd even make a note for this very day. Well, the opportunity has finally arrived where I can, without interruption, give some advice. But I find that my advice comes too late. My children have all but grown up, and my words fall largely on deaf ears. Before I run through my list of do's and don'ts, I want to thank a few of the people who have made this day possible. Firstly, to Glenda, my first and most important wife. You have done an often thankless job of raising two wonderful children. I thank you, on behalf of them, for being such a loving, patient and caring mother. Secondly, credit must go to Annette and Daryl Margery. We got to know the Margerys through our mutual interest in theatre and church. I've always envied your family's musical talent. Ashley on drums, Flick on clarinet, Rachel on keyboard. You two have certainly raised a band of well-adjusted children to be proud of. I'd like to thank also all of those who've travelled from afar. Please remember to keep your distance. And most importantly, thank you to Claire and Ashley for making this happen, even after 2 false starts. Claire, on the day you were born, I felt a love for you that only a new parent can know, a longing to guide and guard you as you grow up. Now, I've come to understand that you and I are very different in our values and our thinking, but you must know that I'd jump borders and risk quarantine for you. I want to acknowledge what a gracious, sensitive and lovely woman that you've become. Those of you who know Claire will know that she is a caring and intense woman, passionate about her arts and crafts, paying attention to detail, sometimes to a fault. For those of you who haven't yet got to know Claire, let me relate a tale or two. Claire loves dancing and has done ever since she could walk. No girl could be happier in a tutu than this one. I think she loves the comfort and discipline of the choreography of the dance. This is a love she has carried into adulthood, and I must give credit to Kayla Marshall and others who have helped Claire in her passion. When Claire was very small, she and I joined the Singleton Pipes and Drums. As she was so short, even shorter than a set of pipes, she learned to play the drum, and we got her a toy drum. Claire marched at the back with the drummers, but only having little legs, she had to march in double time. Now, Claire walks so fast, I can hardly keep up with her. Let me paint a picture for you of my favourite holiday. We chartered a 40-foot catamaran to sail to the Whitsunday Islands. I was the novice skipper, and we set out heading east towards the island, across the open ocean where the swell was going from south to north. After a couple of hours in rough sailing, I thought I'd better check up to see that my crew were still on board. Glenda was down below getting her sea legs. Granny was dead centre in the saloon, trying to swallow her seasickness. And there at the back was Emily, with the poise of a fairy, the voice of an angel, tapping furiously on her phone at the fading phone signal. Claire, well, she was out front, between the bows, on the trampoline, hanging on as we crested the waves and dipped and touched into the troughs. Dressed in an organza sarong of blue, looking like a rendition of Titanic. In the words of King Triton, Suddenly, in the blink of an eye, you grew up and my back was turned. If only you would stay and never say goodbye. If only I could make time stop, believe me, I would try. But fathers have to learn that daughters have to grow. And if you truly love them, you must let them go. Ashley Margery, I thank you and congratulate you for taking on this treasure. I admire your tenacity and patience. I attended your coming of age dedication, where you testified to wanting to be a drummer in a band. Well, though you've made a career in the arts, it was good that you trained also to be an HV mechanic. These skills will serve you well with Claire, as she has a history of loose joints and a penchant for calamities. I congratulate both of you on this most important decision. My advice to you is, take care of your physical and mental health. Focus on your careers and your development, but be brave enough to share also your desires and fears. And most importantly, respect and accept one another and support each other in all that you do. Without any more ado, my newbie rallies, quarantine absconders, please be upstanding, fill your drinks, thanks for bringing your own, and will someone please propose a toast?